Good morning, Congo Cooper and Congo Crowley. This is Sister Lindsay, and welcome to another day of math instruction. Today's date is 3/27/2020. Quick reminder, if you have not turned in your work, taken a picture of it and sent it to the work submission email, please make sure that you and your parent handle that as quickly as possible. We will be entering spring break, but we will be accepting those assignments for a couple of days. All right, so the objective for today is write and interpret two-digit numbers as addition sentences that combine tens and ones. All right, we're going to be continuing with place value, and this time we're digging a little bit deeper and adding addition sentences to what we already know about tens and ones and place value. We're going to start with our application problem and then move into our vocabulary, and then we're going to move into our concept, and then I'll end with instructions on your exit ticket and your problem set. So let's get started with our application problem. In your video guide, you should be turning to the page that has today's date, 3/27/2020, at the top. And let's get started with our application problem. It says, Messiah has 3 boxes of 10 crayons as well as 5 extra crayons. Jador has 19 crayons. Messiah says she has more crayons, but Jador disagrees. Who is right? Okay, so since this is a word problem, we are going to attack it with our cube strategy, but keep in mind that this one's a little bit different than what we're used to as far as a word problem, all right? So you have to look for different type of keywords and key things to help you solve this problem. But the first part is the same. You're going to circle your numbers, all right? So the numbers I see are 3, 5, 19. And there's another one that does not look like a number. I see 10. So let's make sure we circle that as well. All right. Now we're going to underline our question. And our question is, who is right? That's not a lot of information for your question. So let's look back one sentence. It says, Messiah says she has more crayons, but Jador disagrees. So let's add that in with our question, because that lets us know who is the who that we're talking about when the question asks who is right. All right, so now let's box our keywords. First keyword I want you to box is boxes, because boxes tells me that this is a group. So I know that I have 3 groups of 10. This is key. This is telling me that this is a group. So 3 groups of 10. All right. Another keyword is in our question, or the sentence connected to our question, and that is more. All right. More. In order to solve this problem, I need to find out which one is more. Messiah's 3 groups of 10 and 5 extra, or Jador's 19 crayons. Which one is more? So let's get to solving. Let's look at Messiah's box first. All right. So Messiah has 3 groups of 10 and 5 extra crayons. All right, so she has 3 groups of 10. I know in order to draw a group of 10, I'm just drawing one of those straight lines that represent our 10 blocks. All right, so she has 3 of them. I have 3 lines. 1, 2, 3. It then says she has 5 extra crayons. So my 5 extra crayons are 1s, and I'm going to draw those as dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so I'm going to count this out to find out exactly how much Messiah has. 10, 20, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Messiah has 35 crayons. All right. Let's take a look at Jador. All right, so Jador has 19. All right, so if I look at 19, the number that is towards the left is my tens. I have 1 in that place. That means I have 110. All right, so when I draw it, I draw 110. The number closest to the right, or the last number in the number, is my ones. So I have 9 ones. There we go. All right, so let's count this out and find out how many. Well, we already know she has 19. All right. But just to make sure we're correct, let's count that out. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. All right, so if I take a look at Messiah's crayons and Jador's crayons, I can tell that Messiah has more because she has more tens. Remember, tens are not counted one by one. They're counted as 10 ones. So 10, 20, 30 is more than the 10 that Jador has. So Messiah is correct because Messiah has more tens. All right. Let's move on to our vocabulary. All the vocabulary that we'll be talking about today should be very, very familiar, but let's review it. First one we have is place value. And place value is how much a number is worth based on its location. So if I go back to thinking about what Messiah and Jador just did, if Jador's 9 was here instead of here, this would be 91. And that 9 would be worth 90 and not 9. The next vocabulary word is tens. And tens are the number to the left, the second number to the left. And they are groups of 10 ones. The next vocabulary word is ones. And ones are single, and they're counted one by one. They are the last number, the number closest to the right. And the last vocabulary word is number bond. We'll be using that a lot today. And the number bond, remember, we have 2 parts that come together to make the whole. All right, so our concept for today is writing and interpreting 2-digit numbers as addition sentences, all right? And we're going to be combining our tens and our ones. So let's take a look at the number 37, all right? So I have the number 37 here. I have 3 in the tens place, so I have 3 tens. 10, 20, 30, 3 tens. I have a 7 in the ones place, so I have 7 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I also have it on a place value chart that tells me that I have 3 tens and 7 ones. Now, I want to take this information and I want to put it in a number bond. So here's my number bond. I know that my total, when I put these 2 parts together, is going to be 37. What parts do you think I'm going to use? That's right. One part is going to be how much the tens are worth, and one part is going to be how much the ones are worth. I'm going to say that again because there's a very important word there. How much the tens are worth and how much the ones are worth. So when I start with my number bond, right now I know what my total is. So I'm going to just put that at the top to help guide me right now. So I know my total, my whole is 37. Okay. Now, in my parts, I want to put how much each number is worth here so that when it comes together, it becomes 37. All right. I'm going to put the tens here. I could put them here. The order doesn't matter as long as the 2 parts come together to make this total. So if I take this 3 and just put it here, and I take this 7 and just put it here, when I add them together, with 3 plus 7 equal 37? No, I have to figure out what this 3 is worth based on where it's located. That is place value. So because this 3 is in the tens place, it's worth 10, 20, 30. So 30 is going to go in this box. Remember, now we have our ones. Our ones are counted one by one. That location, we're just counting it one by one. So the ones tell you exactly how much they're worth. Ones are worth 1. So I have 7 of them. That means 7 is going to go in this box. So now I have one part that is 30 and one part that is 7. Let's make the addition sentence. Remember, these two parts come together to make 37. So I have 30 plus 7 equals 37. Now, remember, I want you to recall this property, the commutative property. The commutative property says that I can switch the numbers around. So it doesn't always have to say 30 plus 7 equals 37. It can also say 7 plus 30 equals 37. All right. Now, when I take a look at these two addition sentences, and I know that plus means more. So 7 more than 30 is 37. And 30 more than 7 is 37. All right. Remember, 30 more than 7 is 37, and 7 more than 30 is 37. All right. Kind of flip that around for you, but it still makes sense. All right. Let's take a look at another number just to make sure that we have this down pat. I have the number 29 here. Okay. And I'm going to take the number 29 and I'm going to do the same thing. So 29, I have 2 in my tens place. So I have 2 tens, 10, 20. I have 9 in my ones place. So I have 9 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now I'm going to take it and I'm also going to put it in my place value chart. Just because I can. I will make sure that this is correct. So I have 2 in my tens place. So I put 2 tens. I have 9 in my ones place. 9 ones. All of this is looking like it goes together. Good. All right. So if I have 2 tens on my number bond, this time I'm going to start with the parts. If I have 2 tens, how much is 2 tens worth? 10, 20. 20 goes in one of the parts. All right. If I have 9 ones, how much is 9 ones worth? 9. 9 goes into one of the parts. When I put that together, when I do 20 plus 9, it equals, you guessed it, 29. So 29 is my whole in my number bond. All right. And remember, it could be 20 plus 9. It could be 9 plus 20. Because we have that commutative property working for us and we can switch the numbers around, it equals the same thing. As long as you have 2 parts that when I put them together, they equal the total whole number that you're working to get. All right. Let's take a look at our exit ticket and our problem set, and I will release you to be able to go do that on your own. So on our exit ticket, you're going to be looking at pictures of groups of tens and groups of ones and your place value chart. You're going to be taking that information, filling out the place value chart, and creating the addition number sentence. Remember, the parts that you are adding together, one part is how much the tens are worth, the other part is how much the ones are worth, and those are the 2 parts you're adding together to create your whole number. On your problem set, you're doing the same thing, but you're also incorporating the number bonds. So remember, the two parts extending from the whole number is going to be your tens and your ones. All right. So remember also, when you see a group of something, it's not always going to look like those 10 blocks. When you see a group of something, that group is 10. When you see one by one of something, those are ones. All right. And on the back of your problem set, at the bottom, you're going to match one side with the other side to make sure that they're lining up with the same correct number. So if I have 4 tens is the same as 40. All right. You're going to make sure that you complete that and take a photograph of it and submit that to grade 1 at sfacs.us, and make sure that happens as soon as possible. It's been a pleasure instructing you during this time. We're going to be moving into our spring break, and please make sure that you keep yourself updated on different updates about what is going to happen after spring break. All right. This is a very difficult time for everyone, but we're going to make sure that we stay safe, and we're going to make sure that we keep focusing on our safety and our scholarship. It's been a pleasure, and until next time, see you soon.